Hey, blessings, fierce butterflies. It's Coach Renee. I pray everybody is doing well on the start of this beautiful day. I wanted to come in and share something that I've been wanting to share for months now. Months. But I've just took the time to sit down and do this video and to share it with you all. So listen, if you pay attention, this is going to help you. It's going to help you stress less. It's going to help you financially. And it's going to give you a whole lot of wisdom from someone else's experience, meaning mine. Okay, listen. Back in the day, starting 2011, I was out there, I was doing my thing, entrepreneur, selling books, doing retreats, doing workshops, having t-shirts. I was doing the work. So on my website, I used to post a weekly blog. I think it was every Tuesday I would post a weekly blog. And I think it was back like in 2013, 14, somewhere in there. There was a crisis that went on in Malaysia with the women and children, and everybody was helping to bring awareness to it. And I say, hey, let me help do my part. Let me help to bring awareness to it. So, when you do a post on your website or on social media, you like to have an image to go along with it so that people can relate. And I did the blog about the crisis in Malaysia. I went on Google. And I grabbed an image and posted it on my website to go along with the post. So like I said, that was back in like 2013, 14, somewhere back there. Well, last year, 2019, I started receiving this correspondence in the mail, and it was talking about copyright infringement and all this other stuff. And I'm like, people, y'all got me messed up. You got the wrong people. So let me go ahead and call and let them know y'all got the wrong people. But when I called the number, it tell you if you're calling about a copyright infringement, press 1. But when you press 1, the phone hangs up. So I was like, this is a scam. That was my thought. This is a scam. So I think I received like 3 or 4 letters, and each time I called, same thing. So, okay, I'm like, you know what? I'm not even paying this no attention. It's a fraud. And let me move on. About 2 or 3 months had passed, so that was in the beginning of the year, so I think it came around to like August of last year. I get this letter from some attorneys out of New York, and I'm like, the heck attorneys from New York contacted me for? I open up the letter. Sure enough, copyright infringement. We've been trying to contact you. You have not answered. Oh, and in the first letter, they were asking for $600. Okay, the first people who was contacting me, they were asking for $600. Now, New York attorneys are saying, well, you did not respond. We didn't hear from you. So now the cost is $1,200. So they send me a copy of the blog post title, the image I used, and all of that. So I'm looking like, dang, that I did do that. That's that. I remember posting that image. I remember that blog title. So I call him up and I talk to the guy, and he's like the mediator. And he's like, yeah, this is the situation. Our client, Associated Press, want your chippers because you used the copyright image. And I'm like, huh? I said, okay, wait, let me tell you this. I did use that image. I do remember that blog. But these people who were contacting me, every time I tried to respond to them, that's a beautiful butterfly flying. Every time I tried to contact them, I wouldn't get a response. You couldn't leave a message. As soon as you press a number to leave a message, the phone disconnected. So I thought it was a scam. Can we, since I do remember doing this, I want to do the right thing, and I definitely don't want anything messing up my credit or my credit score. So let me go ahead and let's take care of this. But now y'all asking me for $1,200. It is not my fault. It was, and I'm telling the guy, it was not my fault that I couldn't get in contact with these people. We need to go back down to $600 to the original price. So, you know, he had to do his thing. He said, let me speak to the lawyers and I'll let you know. I'm telling y'all, when I got off that phone call with that man, my eyes was just like the eyes on this owl that's sitting on this tin can. I'm telling you, my eyes and mouth was wide open because I'm like, what? What? Listen, let me keep going because it's still tripping me out. But lesson learned. Anyway, the next day I get an email from him. We can go back down to original cost, which was $600 plus. And we need this money, and I think they gave me a week. So I'm like tripping. So I'm asking the guy, because now I want to be educated. I'm like, what did I do wrong? I say it was a situation going on and I was helping to bring awareness to it. So I went on the internet and he was like, yeah, he said, you got to remember the majority of the majority of the photos on the internet are copyrighted. And they always have a description letting you know that this image is copyrighted. He said, but there are some images that are copyrighted, but they do not have the disclaimer there. And those, you know, can get you caught up too. So anyway, I'd say, let me get some education out of this because this got to be a lesson learned. So, bam, they gave me a week. So I contacted my niece. God, that's a beautiful butterfly. I contacted my niece, Dr. Bird. You know, she's one of them ones. If you need a lawyer, a doctor, a teacher, I mean, she's just like one of them all-around people. But so I'm telling her the situation. She's like, no, wait a minute. Who? Associated Press? What? So she said, no, Auntie. This is what you need to tell them, this. I said, well, why don't you just write it up for me and I'll do the email. So she said, okay. She drafted up an email. She sent it to me and told me to play with it. I looked at that email. I'm like, I ain't playing with nothing. This is what needs to be said. The girl laid it out. So, you know, she said, no, we need to find out, how did you come up with this cost? Why did it take y'all all these years to contact me? And I didn't make any money from this image. So why are y'all trying to get, I mean, she was laying it out. We had all these questions. So I send the email to the guy. And let me tell you something. Oh, and in the email, and she was like, no, you tell him what you're going to give is $300. You are retired. You are on a limited income. And you don't have no money to give to no millionaire company, even though it was their image. So anyway, I sent the letter, and lo and behold, the next day the guy emails me back. And he was like, we're not trying to make this difficult for you. We understand your situation. We understand that it was a mistake that you made. You were not aware of it. And we're going to go ahead and accept the $300. But the condition of accepting the $300, you need to have it in our office by tomorrow, 5 o'clock. So I immediately contacted my niece and say, niece, this what they saying on, and they accepting the cost of that. She was like, well, you better go get that money and send it to them. So I tell my husband about the situation, because like I said, when it comes to credit scores and credit and all that, no, we don't do that. We got to keep it in good standing. So the next day I get up and my husband told me, make sure you get a cashier's check and don't send them a regular check. So I'll go to the store, get the cashier's check and everything. So I know if I'm dropping it in the mail today, you're not going to have it by 5 o'clock. So I went ahead and I made a copy, scanned it, and I sent it over to him. And he said that was fine. And I think it was like a week later, they sent me the email saying, hey, everything associated with this case is settled and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. But like I said in the beginning, it taught me a valuable lesson. And this is what I want to let y'all know. It's as simple as, you know, how we just had a holiday, Veterans Day. And you know, you want to do a nice, cute picture to go with your post. So you go on Google or you go somewhere, you grab an image, and then you posting it on your social media. Let me tell you something. Be careful with that. Be very careful with that, because if you post an image that is copyrighted and they find it on your social media, they find it on your website, they find it wherever it is, they have a right to sue you. So I'm letting y'all know, please be careful with that. I see a lot of entrepreneurs, you selling merchandise, good, do your thing, but just do it in a way that you're going to protect yourself and your business. Make sure you read those descriptions, because like the lawyer taught me, most of the time there will be something there that tells you that this is copyrighted. Okay, be careful out there. I'm telling y'all. I'm talking Associated Press, and no shade to them, because like I said, they had a right to do that. It was their image. I don't feel no type of way about them. I think they should have let the girl slide since I didn't make no money off of it, and I wasn't trying to be, it wasn't no evil intent behind it. I wasn't trying to steal it and sneak it and hide it. I thought I was doing something to help bring awareness. Well, I did help bring awareness, because the blog had got some nice little hits to it, but it was their image. So, hey, do your thing, make your money. I'm just saying, be aware of what is happening. Be aware. You may be using somebody's image who, not today, not tomorrow, not next year. Here it is, all these years done passed. Your business is booming, and then you get hit with a copyright. Okay? Just be careful. Protect yourself. Protect your business. Shine bright like a diamond, but make sure you got all grounds covered. Hey, do you. Do you. But just be careful.